Hey, Regina, what's going on? How are you? Welcome, welcome 411 podcast. It is amazing how time just flies so quickly. And next thing you know, we here. Welcome into the 411 podcast tonight, Monday. We made it. I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. I'm just so thankful to be here, and I'm happy that you actually joined tonight. So that's good. We have recording artist Big Reek coming in the building. This will be his second time coming around. He actually came on when we first started, back in 2020. So he's coming back around here on disc two of the Form One podcast. And thank you all for joining. If you're out there, people on Facebook, thank you so much for the love and support. Twitter, YouTube, D Live, Twitch, anybody in those rooms, anybody out there, if you out there, do me a favor and go ahead and share this with your friends. Let them know what we got going on inside. We just need to get this message across to one person. There might be many that come through, might be many that watch the replays, but at the end of the day, if it's just one person that we go ahead and connect with and get this message across, that's all that matters. So go ahead and share this video. You never know, you might be able to help somebody get to the next level. So we're going to get right on into the song of the day. And the song of the day is Everybody Plays a Fool by Aaron Neville, released in 1991 off of the Warm Your Heart album. So I guess the question that I have to ask each and every one of y'all out there is, do you remember when you played the fool? And when you look back, at least I know when I look back, I'll be thinking like, why was I so upset over that compared to what I have now? You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure some of y'all have been through this before and you knew that you played a fool. But the biggest lesson behind it is once you learn and you understand, maybe you won't get in that situation again. So, yes, don't look at it as a negative. Yes, you might be like, what was I thinking? But just think about the lessons that come behind it because it only takes a couple times. Maybe it really should only take one, but sometimes we got to go through it again and bump our head a couple times before we get it. But once you got it and you know you got it, you're good. And eh, everybody plays a fool sometimes, but it is what it is. Just make sure you don't play it the next time. So it's actually Aaron Neville's birthday today. So happy birthday, Aaron Neville. And out of his songs, I would say that this probably is one of my favorite songs. And who knew that I played a fool so many times before I could get it right. So I want to say what's up to Danielle Johnson. She came on last night. Her business is Posh and Pretty Brow Bar, all the way from Texas, and she was sharing to us with us last night her story of how she was able to leave her job and go ahead and work for herself 100% as being the boss that she is. So if you'd like to find out about that, you can go ahead and watch that replay from last night. Danielle Johnson from Posh and Pretty Brow Bar. I would also like to say what's up to Jason T. Davis. Thank you for coming through night after night from Los Angeles, California. Miss Sophie Davis from the UK. And then now Bethany. You're from California as well. I want to say what's up. I don't know whether you're between Facebook or you're between Instagram, but or you'll watch the replay or whatever, but I need to know what's up with the name because you got two or three different names floating around out here. So half of the time I don't know whether to call you Bethany Trent. The other time I don't know whether to call you Bethany Sims. But in any case, what's up, Bethany? Mr. Trenton, New Jersey, Farrell Higginbotham. My brother, Mr. Nate Perry from Brooklyn, New York. My sister, Kay Cole from Karma's Paradise. Thank you much for the love on Facebook as well as Instagram. YRE Hair Growth, Switch Thrift Clothing Company, Vashayla Jules. She's actually coming this week, so we're gonna find out exactly, where she's at from where she was before to where she is right now, because this will be her second time around. And of course, my sister, Miss Desiree Covington. Thank you so much for showing some mad love and support, and I appreciate you so much. Welcome in, y'all. So now I want to go ahead and give y'all a little recap of what we did last night, the burning question from last night. So, what is your tolerance level these days when it comes to dealing with people who are not on the same level as you? So, yes, sometimes we go through and we have to deal with people and we have to go to some uncomfortable or maybe some unfamiliar situations. So, what is your tolerance level like these days when you're dealing with people who are not on the same level as you? What's going on, Shonda? Slip Gloss by Shonda. How you doing out there? So, my tolerance level when I'm dealing with people who are not on the same level as me, I would say it's interesting. I have to do a lot of praying, and it takes a lot of patience when I'm dealing with some people. And my first instinct is to remove myself away from it, period, so that I don't have to even endure it, deal with it, put up with it, whatever. But we always know that that's not always the case. And sometimes you do have to interact and deal with people who are not on the same level as you. So I would say my tolerance level is getting better than what it used to be because I've really had no patience or anything at all. And I'm a little more accepting these days, put it that way. So I'm not quite sure how you feel out there, but what is your tolerance level like these days when dealing with people who are not on the same level as you? Now, if it comes to someone being, disrespectful or, just outright ignorant, then of course my tolerance level is absolutely zero and I won't have anything to do with them, period. But if it's just somebody just being them, sometimes you have to accept people for who they are and know that they ain't gonna change. And if they show up how they show up, that's how they show up. And it's up to you whether you're gonna participate in that and deal with them and keep it moving without any judgment, because that's the main thing, without any judgment. When people show you who they are, believe them, and it's up to you to go ahead and handle it, how you're gonna stick and move with the situation. But I'd say my tolerance level is a little bit better than what it used to be, because before I would be like, nah, and I'm gonna give you a whole attitude and everything else. Silent treatment. That is the best option sometimes, to just keep your mouth shut, because I deal with a lot of different situations on a day-to-day basis, and when I see things that are not right, sometimes it's best to flare and just zip it up and don't say a word, nothing at all. Hmm. So now we're gonna get into the 411 word of the day, and what I have to give y'all today is patience. So now, word patience is to accept or tolerate trouble or suffering without getting angry or upset. Now, this word I struggle with till this day, because, sometimes I always want to have things when I want it, need it right now, gotta have it right now. And with that mentality, all of my life is basically giving me exactly what I wanted. I got what I wanted, but once you get it, sometimes you be like, damn, I really should have waited because something else looks better on the other side, or something else looks good over here, or this opportunity or this deal or whatever is a hell of a lot better. Damn, I wish I should have waited. So, patience is something that I'm practicing now, even though I know I want so many things right here, right now. I just have to deal with it. And yes, there's sometimes that it is some suffering. There is sometimes that it's pain. There is sometimes that it's trouble. But you basically just have to stick it out and thug it out and do what you need to do to make sure that when it does come around, it's going to come around the right way, because you've waited and you stuck it out and you've endured all that you had to go through to get to the other side. So patience, to accept, tolerate, trouble, drama, suffering, nonsense, whatever that might come your way without getting upset or angry. So, do you have patience these days? What are you patient with? Is it yourself? Is it your growth process? Is it your business? Is it your love life? Is it whatever it is? But do you have patience these days? And for however long it's going to take, can you endure and go through the trouble, the pain, the suffering, until you can get to the other side. Mm. Let's see what my special guest has to say tonight, Mister Big Reek. Find out exactly where he's calling from and what he has going on here. What's going on?
What's good with you?
Welcome to the 411 podcast. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. How's it going?
Good. Now, I don't know what time it is, but don't be sleeping over there now. I know it's 10 o'clock. Where are you calling from?
From Florida, man. It's 10 o'clock here, too.
Okay, all
I
right.
just
So,
got to be up there so I can 4 in the morning. So,
well, that's I appreciate you for coming on in. So you got to get up at 4 to do the whole 9 to 5 thing, right?
yes, sir.
All right, all right, all right. So, Florida. Now, what part of Florida are you calling from?
Fort Myers.
Okay, I'm not quite sure where that's at. Help me out a little
It's
bit.
Southwest Florida.
Mm.
Southwest Florida. It's about 3 hours away from Miami, Orlando.
Mm. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So, what's the weather like down there now?
Well, lately it's been a little colder than usual, but
Hmm.
you know, normal hot days, rainy days,
Yeah, man.
same old Florida weather.
Yeah, it sure gets crazy with the rain out there. That's one thing that they y'all always get is rain.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, I want to flip it a little bit and ask you. So, what is your patient? What are your levels of patience like these days?
Depends on. I try to be more patient than I should be, but it's kind of hard. I
Mm.
don't like to deal with a lot of things that I put up with, but that's just me.
So, do you get angry? Do you go off on people every now and then?
I'm not really. I don't go off on people. I just, I'll just hold it in, wait till I can smoke, and I'll chill after I smoke.
Oh, okay. It's very therapeutic, huh?
Yeah, very therapeutic.
Oh, that's cool. That's what's up. All right, all right. So, you are a hip hop artist.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this here?
Well, recording, I've been doing that for about probably 10 to 15 years. I've been writing for about 20.
Mm. So now, when you look at all of the collections of the stuff that you've written and the demo tapes, the mixtapes, the albums, whatever, how many projects do you have total?
Uh, well, I have 2 projects total right now.
Okay. You know what I always wondered too, like, um, do you have a dream to be signed by a major record label or something like that, or is it that I'm just making my music and this is what I'm doing, and if it comes, it comes. If not, it is what it is. Or are you pushing to be
Uh,
signed by a major label?
I don't really want to be signed to a major label. I mean, if I could make it independent, I'd rather do that. But there
Mm,
are labels that I would, underground labels, I wouldn't mind being signed to.
mm.
Uh,
That's so different.
so yeah, it all depends.
I know a lot of people now would say that they would rather stay independent. They rather do their thing on their own versus, in the 90s when I was coming up, everybody wanted to be signed to a major record label. What do you think caused that shift for people to just say, "Hey, I'm rather be independent"? I mean, I even see some major artists now who are scaling back and like, hell, F it. I don't want the major label. I'm going to go ahead and open up my own and do my own thing.
Um, I mean, in my opinion, I feel like it's got to do a lot with just being human. About a lot of labels from what I've researched and what I've experienced, they don't really care for talent. They are looking for who's going to bring them the money now and be done with it after that. It's more of a scam nowadays than it used to be. Um, in my opinion, that is. But you have labels like Strange Music, you have Dreamville, you have small labels that aren't really major labels but can do major moves for you that aren't gonna backstab you, that will, work for you. And from what I see from these labels, it's like that's a good choice if you still want to go down that old school path.
Mm.
Uh, but being independent artists like Russ that have actually done it and have made the biggest of moves by being independent. And even still, sometimes they have distribution deals through Sony or these major labels, but you have to still work with people just to get out your name out there, no matter what it is. But to be able to own everything on your own and to be able to say that, hey, I made this move with my own pockets, that's that's where the big talk comes.
Now, I recently saw the post that T-Pain made when it came to how many streams the artists have to actually have in order to make money. And I thought that that was absolutely crazy. Like how many YouTube streams that an artist has to have before they actually make a dollar versus, Spotify, Apple, the whole nine. So you are an artist, you putting your music out there, your stuff is streaming. So is that really real? Like when it comes to how many streams it takes to actually before you can actually make some money?
I mean, yeah, from experience this past year, I'm not going to say how much, but I really didn't make anything. So if you're not really getting millions of views, then you're not going to make anything. Uh,
And
but
then
it's a starting point.
he was saying the amount of money that it takes to fund your career anyway. By the time you get back the sales and everything, sometimes it might not be what it's all cracked up to be. I always told people that when it comes to the music industry, like people think that what they see on the videos and all of that stuff is supposed to be this, that, the next, the other. There truly is a full level of entertainment that people just don't understand. Just like when it comes to reality TV, when people actually believe that that's reality just because it says reality TV. Mm.
No, but yeah, I know what you mean, and it definitely is a big difference in what's real and what's fake. So
But the true artists who remain very humble and they know what to do and how to make it come across, because yes, there is some form of a level of entertainment. You are an entertainer, but they know how to do it without losing themselves. I think that is the biggest accomplishment, at least from what I've seen. There's a few artists that I could look up to and respect. Like, all right, you know the game, but you do it in a different way, and you're still able to come across and still give people what they want without going totally to the left.
right.
Now,
And that's what it's all about, is being able to invest yourself not only financially but mentally as well. You want to be able to make sure you're smart enough and know what you're doing to be able to give more than just music, because artists don't get paid off of lyrics at all. We get paid off of shows. We get paid off of streams. We get paid off of being in your face all the time.
now, now, what's up with the money that is being put all over the place in videos and stuff like that? It cracks me up when I see it. So, do you
I mean,
what's your take on that?
it's it's just crazy you bring that up, because I actually talked to a close friend of mine about this a lot, and it's so much fakeness in our faces, even as just a local artist, as a big time artist, whatever you want to be, or wherever level you're at. There's a lot of fakeness into it, where people are using fake money and fake
I was
guns in
just
their
about to.
videos just
I was
to.
just about to say. I said, now you know. I said, I bet that all of that money that's laid all out there. I said, I bet that shit is fake. I bet they went and ordered that shit
It
off of
is.
Amazon somewhere and had it delivered.
It is. It is because, like I said, my friend was in the video recently, and dude was like, "All right, throwing money," and it was all fake. And after they were done with the shot, all right, y'all gotta help me pick it up. And it's like, dang, like it's fake money, bro. Like it ain't like
Well,
it's real.
it looked real to me. Shit, I'd love to get my hands on
But
a couple of it to check it out and see how I stand up next to some real money.
nah, I wouldn't even trust it in no shape, way, or form.
Oh man, but I was just like, yeah, I want to say a couple words, but I ain't saying. I'm like that shit ain't real. Who the hell you fooling?
I mean, but that's what hip hop is these days. Is you gotta fake it to make it. I mean, and I don't like that. That doesn't sit right with me. But that's just what a lot of people live by these days. Is be something you're not to try to get to where you want to be. You know, and it's not sweet. At the end of the day, that's not gonna be sweet.
I feel you on that one. So now let's go back a little bit. Um, you said you've been writing a whole bunch of music. Been doing it for
Right.
years, 15, 20 years. So what's the first song that you wrote? What was it called?
Man, first song I wrote or the first song I recorded.
I want.
The first song.
Yeah, I want to go to the
Go ahead.
first song that you actually wrote.
The first song I actually wrote, man. Let's see. I was like 10 years old. It was a freestyle. Well, not a freestyle, I guess, but it was like a remix to um, a Boys to Men song. Me and my brother did.
Okay, okay.
I can't remember what it was. My
Now,
brother sings R&B, so
well, you sing a little bit too, or are you more the rapping?
no, I'm more rap. I haven't found my vocal cords yet.
So, the promo. I was coming across some of your songs, and I just selected, you know, the first song that came across. I said, all right, let me pick this one here, and I liked it. So it's the song that I used, for the promo for tonight. So refresh my memory. What is the title of that song again?
Raw.
No, no, no. Is that the one that I used? No, no,
I
no.
don't remember.
In
I
the
was just,
Instagram stories. No, that wasn't it.
okay. It had to have been. Damn, I'm sorry. I've been doing a
Let
lot of music
let let me
today.
let me check it out and see what it is. If it's still on here. Let me see. Let me see.
It could be "Do Not Disturb." That.
I think that's
Um,
it. The kids are in bed.
oh no, that's date night. That's date night.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
all right.
That's
So
the grown and sexy vibe
that's
right there.
that's what I was
I
about
had
to.
to think that's not one that most people talk to me about.
Well, you came to the right place. So I want to know what was that about? Because
Oh, well, yeah, that song right there was me just thinking about my wife. Really, I was listening to the beat, and I had the beat for a while. I was actually gonna do a Spanish vibe originally to that,
mhm, mhm.
but the person I was trying to work with was having a hard time linking together. So I sat there and listened to the beat a few times and came up with that, looking at her and just like, you know what, this is how I'm feeling right now.
And
And
how many kids you have?
two.
And see, you have one, right? And then you wrote that song, and then you let her listen to it, and then all of a sudden now you got two.
You know, it just happens that way sometimes.
I said, "Oh yeah, he must have wrote this for his wife," because yeah, these lyrics are something else. So, what does she think about the song?
Oh, she loves it. She likes the song. She
Well,
she
well,
doesn't want to listen to it unless it's to that moment. You know, it's just one of those songs.
I was like, well, I guess she did like it. You have two kids now, so
Yeah,
now,
it's just
now,
touches there. It
now,
touches there.
Do y'all plan on expanding?
Eventually, yes. We talked about it. Don't know when it's gonna happen, but we talked about it.
Now you have a boy, girl, two girls, two boys.
Two boys.
So I can see why you would like to expand a little more.
Yeah,
So
I
now,
need a
what
girl
happens if you?
somewhere.
What happens when do you stop? If it.
I mean, in all honesty, I've always said I'm gonna have a little Jackson 5. You know, I
Mm-mm.
gotta have a little team.
Them Jackson
So,
fives, they cost some money.
I know. But I got big dreams. I got a lot of stuff that I want to do with life, and I got a lot of time to live. So,
All right, I hear that. I hear that. So now you got. Now we can get into the new project that you got coming out. So what's the title?
God complex.
Now, how did you come up with that?
I came up with God complex because the first few songs I wrote for the project was kind of on the topic of being a god and wanting to be the best I could be. And then I started writing more songs to it, and it started coming out as the battle of me fighting between religion and trying to find a higher power within myself.
Mm,
So it kind of gave me a God complex feeling to the whole vibe.
okay, so now what can everybody expect out of this project here?
You can expect a lot of dark vibes, a lot of sacrilegious, I guess you could call it. I have a
Oh,
song called Hallelujah on there where it talks about just that being against religion and finding to walking away from religion to find that higher power. I
mm,
also have a song called Meet Your Maker, which talks about me having a conversation with God and the devil and figuring out the connection between the two and how to walk away from the temptations of the devil and the light of whatever I feel for God Himself, and if that is the God that I am following, it's a lot of heavy stuff in there.
so yeah, that's real deep because sometimes people be like, the devil did this, the devil did that, the enemy did this, the enemy did that, but sometimes the enemy is you. So
Exactly.
you go back and forth, but that might be inside of you. So
Like that's the whole point of my project is just you got to look inside yourself first. You got to meditate and talk to yourself before you can find that answer you really want.
mm, what are some other uh, tracks?
Raw, which is the single that I have out right now, Raw is about the God Raw, and that is one of those songs I was talking about. Me being in that mode of being the God and the best I could be, and on top of my A game. And we have Pray, which is more towards my family and friends, and just praying about trying to have a better life for us all, so we don't have to worry, struggle, and worry anymore. We have let's see what else other songs are on there. We have a song called Amazing. Uh,
Mm. Now, what's that about? Because I'll tell you, it's probably not the amazing that I know of, which is y'all know I just had to do it. I'm sorry. This is MJB season, but it's not the amazing that I know of Mary J. Blige featuring DJ Khaled. So,
no, it's not that amazing. But it is on the God Complex tip as well. Another one of those cockier songs of me expressing that on my lyrical standpoint, I am a god in my own eyes. And I feel like I'm rising to be that God form that I want to be. So that's where amazing comes from.
so now
Um,
you still look to a higher power, correct?
I look to a higher power. I call myself more of a spiritual than I've actually said in a song, I feel myself as a spiritual deity more than a religious follower. Like I would rather find somebody, look to the stars and the moon and the planets and find out from life what's going to happen, and the earth is going to tell me, not worry about with the man next to me that is learning the same things I'm learning or experiencing things different than me. You can't teach me as much as I could teach myself. So
Mm. Do you ever worry that you would get to a point where you become too big for yourself and you might disrupt or shake up or upset something in the universe?
I do, and I try not to dig too deep into anything because too much knowledge can be dangerous. But
Yeah,
you still have to be knowledgeable.
that is true. That is so true. So, what do you think of this whole pandemic that we're in? Do you think that this is part of the plan? This is something that's being stirred up from, you know, they say it's man made, or do you think this is truly part of the plan? Like,
You know, I honestly think it has something to do with conspiracy theories in a way, but you never know because there's been like the Black Plague. There's always been something that happened, you know.
over a period of
So
time, yeah.
yeah, so it's just this pandemic is whatever. And I'm a cook in my 9 to 5, so
You
I'm around people all the time, and I haven't got sick.
you said what now? You do what now with the 9 to 5?
I'm a cook. I'm a chef.
Oh,
So
okay, okay, all right. That's a tough job there too.
it is, especially in these times, because people you can't find help with nobody wants to work around the pandemic, and people don't want to really come out to eat as much as you would think with the pandemic. So
Hmm.
it makes it hard. It makes it really hard.
Yeah, like I don't understand. I'm like wondering how long is this thing really going to keep going on? I have a feeling that there's like something else coming down the pike. We have no idea. We thought that we had enough of it. Now, I think something else is cooking up real crazy. I don't know
Oh
why.
yeah, well,
I don't know why I have that sense that some more nonsense is coming.
you're not alone. I feel like something else, because otherwise it would have been over with already.
Yeah, this
Like,
is
why 3 years almost going on?
man. So some of these pandemics and stuff they've lasted quite some time. Like I don't know. Do I got it right? Four. What's going on, Lee Dennis? How you 4 or 5 years? Is that accurate? I don't know. Somebody do
I'm not
the
sure.
fact checks, but so we should be getting ready to come out of it soon, I guess. I sure
I
hope so.
guess, yeah, hopefully.
Mm.
Hopefully.
So, I do a segment which is called Burning Questions, and it's basically a spot where I put my guests in a hot seat, and you give your opinion, I give mine. It is what it is, and we just go around a table like that. So, the burning question that I have for you tonight is: when is the last time that you did the right thing and you actually walked away from a toxic situation? You have
Oh
any?
man, that was that just recently. Just off the top, had a confrontation with somebody I was actually doing music with, and
Oh, that's a good one.
I I ended up just having to leave it alone. I tried to step away from it, even though we had a little altercation verbally. I walked away from it. I tried to leave it alone, and next thing you know, I start hearing I got a diss track out with my name on it.
Oh man.
It was, and I hate that I bring it up, but it's like I just walked away from the situation because I literally had a rebuttal, and I've let few people hear it, and like immediately everybody was like, "Drop it, please, just drop it, please drop it," and I just told myself I couldn't do it, and I held on to it and held on to it. I even tried to drop it, and it didn't go through the right way. So
Now it's been a
it
minute.
just wasn't me.
It's been a minute since I've been following, a lot of people, with the diss tracks and all that stuff. But is that still hot like it used to be back in the day?
It depends on
Because I feel like it's
the
died
artist
down.
and
I feel
stuff.
like it's died down a lot.
It has, but like I said, it depends on the artist themselves. Like a lot of people that are doing this track are doing it for the clout. They're trying to get their name off of somebody else's name. Um, but if you're a real artist and you know how to battle rap, then it wouldn't be anything to do a diss track and actually hurt somebody from a diss track.
I mean, I feel with the wave of social media, you can just get on and you can say whatever you need to say. I don't think we really need to do, diss tracks
Yeah,
like we used to back in the day.
but some people still like the battle rap. Some people, and that's what it is. It's just people like to hear that hardcore, raw lyrics. They want to hear somebody go after somebody else's head still. A lot of people are doing, subtle little hidden shit in songs right now when they do a diss track, but
Oh, they.
there's artists that would actually say what they gotta say.
Mm. So now, the artists, people that you look up to, whether it's past, present, what are some names for people that you respect
Um,
and look up to?
oh man, I got a J. Cole, Tech Nine, Kendrick Lamar, Joyner Lucas, Jared Benton, Dizzy Wright,
Mm.
uh, Logic, Locksmith. There's so many names I could throw out there. Thundercat, man, Jid.
Okay, okay. There's a lot of familiar names. So I've been hearing a
Prince.
lot. I ask a lot of people. I've been hearing a lot of Logic on here when people come through. Um, so you say Kendrick Lamar.
Mm,
So are you excited about this Super Bowl that's coming up? Do you like the
oh
lineup for the
yeah,
halftime?
yes, definitely. I haven't. I mean, he hasn't really done too much since his last album, so I'm ready to see Kendrick again.
I'm ready to see Eminem perform. I think this will be interesting. He's always done a great performance. I haven't seen
Right.
Dr. Dre perform in a long time. That's going to be interesting to see that.
But with his new album, it's going to be a great show. He's going to be able to do a great job, I'm sure.
I know. Hey, what's going on, Adam? I know Snoop Dogg always does a wonderful. Snoop just does his thing,
Yeah,
and
always,
and
always.
of course, I'm a true Mary J. Blige fan. I can't wait to see her do her thing, and she has a new album coming out too. So, what I like about it is she's surrounded by a whole bunch of hip hop artists, and she's the only female and the only singer in the lineup. So I can't wait to see how this thing, flows out.
But MJB always has been the R&B queen that stayed with the hip hop lane. She's always done features on hip hop songs. She even did a rap feature for Busta Rhymes.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so excited. This is gonna be great. So,
Yeah, that's gonna be a great show.
are you doing something for the Super Bowl? You do anything special?
No, I usually just stay at home and watch it by myself. When I was in Colorado, I would go over to my cousin's house and they would throw a big party, but I don't really have too many Broncos fans or football fans that live
Hmm.
around me here that I hang out with.
Now, we talk about Super Bowl. We hype it up with the performances and stuff like that. What's the worst halftime show you've seen where you're like, absolutely not, that you can remember?
um,
Because I got.
I mean, I've what's her name? Lady Gaga. I've never been a Lady Gaga fan,
I don't even
so
remember her doing it.
it was a while ago.
Hmm.
I think it was Lady Gaga. I
Now,
don't remember, but whoever it was just a horrible show to me. I don't like them, so
I'll tell you that I wasn't a fan of last year's at all.
it was last year. I don't remember last year.
The weekend.
Oh yeah, that was him last year. I was working that day, so I didn't get to
Well,
watch
you
it.
didn't miss a damn thing, so I did not like it at all. And I'm some of his music is all right, but I'm not really a fan of his music. And that show was just confusing. It was just all over the place. It was crazy.
Well, see, my the Weeknd's not really a Super Bowl performer to me. You know, he has a lot of drug music and he does
Now,
subliminals with his music too.
now, when you say drug music, what does that mean?
Well, a lot of his music is talking about being high off of. Well, his earlier music was a lot of his music nowadays is more about his personal life and relationships that he's going through.
But
But
what is it? Because I don't understand his music. I don't. Maybe it's just his voice. I don't understand it. But whenever a weekend song comes on, my mind is just blown at what the hell am I listening to? What is this? So I can never really get into like the lyrics to be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I know what he's talking about. His voice is just different.
I don't. I mean, I don't listen to too much Weekend anymore like I used to. Like I like his earlier stuff more than now. But yeah, his earlier stuff was more about him doing coke and smoking weed and
That's it.
getting drunk and just living the young life. You know.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave that right there because I could say so many things, and we're not even gonna do that to the weekend. But that's craziness. I know what songs you're talking about because I've heard them before, and people be singing that song like that's a cool thing to be singing. I'm like,
Yeah,
what's
I
wrong with
mean,
y'all? Like, what is like? You hear what he's saying, right? All right, I got you.
but that was the whole point. It was catchy, and with this new generation, like a lot of people want to be like the black community. The hip hop community is making it okay for others to think that that's what we are, and it's shameful to me.
Mm, well, I don't know, but maybe he was high during that Super Bowl performance because
He
that
could have
stuff
been.
is crazy. mm.
You never know with celebrities, man. They too rich to know.
So,
You too rich to know to do it.
so I know we're getting up against the clock soon, and
Mm.
unfortunately, we got to get out of here soon. But what I'd like you to do now is to let us know where we can go ahead and follow you at. Talk to us about this new album again. The release date, I know you said is coming soon, so let us know when can we sort of expect that to come out, and anything else new that you got for us.
Oh yeah, for sure. So y'all can find me Big Reek, Bigriik, anywhere you want to stream at, Spotify, iTunes, whatever, except Pandora. Pandora sucks. Um,
DJ Khaled has been trying to push Pandora again. They got some sort of promotion deal going on.
well, you know, as an artist, it's hard to get on Pandora. You have to be a really big artist for Pandora to want to play your music.
Mm,
So they kind of suck for us lower artists. Um,
okay.
but yeah, so y'all can find me anywhere streaming wise. Facebook, Instagram, Big Reek Music. Y'all can follow me there. Keep up with me on my updates on my new drops, releases, everything. Also, merch is you can find my merch through those my Instagram and Facebook as well.
Okay.
Um, and my album God Complex comes out in March. Don't have an exact date yet, but expected in March.
Hmm.
Uh, Videos coming as well with the next single. Hallelujah. That'll be the next single, so get prepared for that.
All right, very good. And all the way from Fort Myer, for some reason I know it's Florida, but do they have a Fort Myer, Texas? Why do I be making stuff up in my mind? Sounds
I mean,
familiar.
you could be you could be right.
It is
There's
probably
double cities in every state.
I know Fort. I don't even know if there's a Fort Myer, Texas, but it sounds nice to me. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on. I know you got a busy day coming up, so thank you for coming on,
Thank
and
you for having me.
we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you
And
for
y'all
having
go
me.
ahead and pick up this new album, God Complex, when it comes out. I definitely want to hear it, and I'm gonna check out this new single that you got. Is it on? You put anything on YouTube or anything?
Oh yeah, all my music's on YouTube as well.
Hmm.
Big Reek, just follow me on YouTube. Everything's up there.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. All right,
All right, for sure, for sure. All right, man. Thanks for having me again.
you're welcome. Take care now.
You too.
See ya. All right, y'all. There you go. What's up? What's up? How are you? That was Mr. Big Reek in the building. I thought I also saw Adam out there from Arizona. What's going on? The famous voiceover actor, Adam Bullock. What's up? And Wakanda. I know that that's not your name, but that is your handle name. I think you're from New Orleans, right? So I just want to say thank you to everybody out there who joined tonight. I appreciate you. You can go ahead and click that link above all of my social media platforms. And I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, D Live, and Twitch. And you can go inside of Volume 1.5 Remix Journal. And if you purchase the book, The Liberation Remix Journal, a 30-day transformational journey towards a healthier mindset, you will go ahead and support the Form 1 podcast and Reading Between the Lines. And of course, I have to thank my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and give y'all the 411 podcast one more time in life. Now, tomorrow, we have freestyle sessions coming up. So if you would like to speak to me tomorrow, you can request me live on Instagram. You can also not call, you can text me at 609-738-0611, and I can pull you up here and we could chop it up here on the 411 podcast. So we got freestyle sessions Tuesday. Actually, and I do believe we have someone from California that's going to be coming through as well. So if you'd like to get in on a conversation, come back tomorrow because it's going to be crazy tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to be out of control. And then, of course, Wednesdays we have Reading Between the Wines, 8 p.m. And I have my girl Poetic Soul coming. I just love that name. It just sounds real dope. Poetic Soul. She will be coming here on a Wednesday. Sev Raps is coming in this week. We have Shayla Jules coming in. This is a great week. Shout out to Big Reek for coming through. And his new project, God Complex, sounds real interesting. And I think we need something like this time around. So, with all of the stuff that we got going on in this world, we need something like that to help get our minds regulated to a whole new level and a new way of thinking. So shout out to Big Reek and everybody who comes on the Form One podcast. This is amazing, and make sure that you share. And of course, I want to give a very special shout out to the people who check out the replays and everything like that. Thank you for coming through, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, 10 p.m. Freestyle sessions, 411. Y'all have a good night. Thank you. Take care, y'all. Good night. Good night.